I'm Blue Bailey.
And I'm Dexter DeNovo, and this is Reading is Fundamental.
The show where we talk about news in entertainment law.
Yes, that leather daddy
And that drag queen
are both licensed California attorneys.
We celebrate queerness,
sex positivity,
and reading bitches for filth.
And with that being said,
the library is now open.
Officially.
The library is open.
Because reading is what? Fundamental.
The information on this podcast is for general information purposes only. Nothing in this podcast should be taken as legal advice for any individual, case, or situation. This information is not intended to create an attorney-client relationship. Sorry about it.
What?
Fundamental.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Reading is Fundamental. I'm Dexter DeNovo.
And I'm Blue Bailey.
And we are here. We are down in Burbank again. We've had a crazy, busy weekend. Yes, thank you, Daddy Fleshbot, for all that you do in giving us all this sponsorship.
All those dildos.
All those dildos that we have to give. Actually, there was only one and I kept it.
Did you award the dildo to yourself?
I awarded the dildo to myself.
Well, I'm glad our promotional materials are going to get used.
I was said to take what I would like from the box, or I was told to take what I want from the box. So I took the one thing that was 9.5 inches.
Okay. The starter size.
The starter size. You're like, there was not a fire hydrant in the sitting there. Oh my gosh, who was it? Somebody was like, "Oh, I've seen all your videos," and I was like, "Oh, have you seen the baby video?"
Oh my god! I love
and
the
they were like,
video.
"No, what the baby video?" And I was like, "You have not seen the baby video yet."
The baby video is my favorite. It's basically a fetus butt toy that you could completely put inside someone.
Yeah, it's like a silicone.
It's a silicone.
Yeah.
It's a video, but if you pay close attention to the video, you notice that the bottom is laying on a red cape. It's actually, the whole video is Handmaid's Tale theme, so it's like him.
Oh my god! Well, you did it multiple times.
I did that multiple times. One time we've like dyed the J-Lube red.
Yes.
So it looked like full on.
That was ridiculous. And then the best thing about that one was, though, is that, like, you know, you put it in blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, no. The video that you showed me, I already knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But, like, the video you showed me, it was just, like, you kind of see him pushing. Yeah. And then, whoop. And it's just, like, literally, it's, like...
It flies out.
It's, like, do you remember the scene in Men in Black where he's delivering a baby for the alien on the side of a car?
No.
Or a car on the side of the road?
Vaguely, but I don't know.
And then, like, maybe it's Men in Black 2. Anyway, he's delivering a baby. I mean, how do you not know iconic 90s movies? Anyway, he's giving...
He had a very different child.
But giving birth, and then this, like, just shoots out. And, like...
Yeah, it was very much like that.
It was literally exactly like that. It was disgusting that you...
But don't kink shame. It was not disgusting.
No. The J-Lube red
don't
thing
shame.
was
not
that...
disgusting.
This substance of, like, slimy...
Yeah, that's hot.
Sure, you can be into that.
Don't yuck my yum.
It can be disgusting, and you can be into the fact that it's disgusing.
Okay.
Yeah?
Judgy.
I'm not judging.
That's very judgy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm going to judge what you did for Pride. What was your Pride like?
What was my Pride like? Oh my god, I had my mom and my sister in town.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I had a very family-friendly Pride. But my family is very queer.
Yes,
it's very
queer.
accepting, so that still was a crazy Pride. We went to the Trans March on Friday. That's actually my favorite Pride event.
Yeah, you've talked about it a lot.
It's great. You march on actual Market Street. You start in Dolores Park, and you go down Market, and you march to the Tenderloin. So it's one of the few times you can march on Market Street. It's not corporate at all, and it's just all community-based and, like, hanging out.
Yeah.
And then we did the Mr. S party Saturday. We saw Alaska Saturday night, and we unfortunately did the shit show parade and downtown on
What's
Sunday.
the shit show parade?
Your performance. No.
That was good.
We did see you perform Sunday,
Yes.
but no, the shit show being Civic Center.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. This is like.
I mean, first of all, it was a group of 8 women, like.
Yes.
Or presumably, or I shouldn't say 8 women, 8 people.
8 people. It was 8 people. It was my sister's partner.
Yeah.
About 3 of my sister's friends, my mom, and about 3 of my mom's friends. So it was a lot.
It was a lot
of loud
people.
drinking. chaos and
I love
mess.
them. I showed. Okay, so your family was so nice, and they came to like one of my afternoon performances that I did on Sunday afternoon, evening, or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that you guys are like making time out of your busy Pride schedule, like to come see me.
I can't believe you did it either.
I honestly, yeah. They came in and like I came in within seconds. Your mom like came and like rushed straight towards me and was like, "I've been so happy to meet you." I was like, "Oh my god, mom!" Like it was so great.
I am so privileged and lucky to have a very accepting family. Like, you know, there's like the families that like kick your kids out, like disown you. I have the exact opposite. I'll have like the mom that will like show up and like turn it up at Pride.
Yes.
And well, go get
She's
her
like,
picture.
I'm not leaving you.
Right. Yeah.
Like you thought you had personal space, and then it's gone.
You know, they had their own Airbnb.
Oh,
fair. It was
fair.
great, and I had the disclaimer. I'm like, as soon as things get messy, I'm going and doing my own thing.
Yes, you did that. You did tell them.
I'm
You're
gonna-
like,
I'm gonna
when I'm
set
tapping out, I'm tapping out.
Yeah.
And that's just is what it is. I was happy to see them. It was a busy Pride for you for sure, I think.
Very busy.
Yeah.
How was your Pride?
Well, the whole Pride month for you was busy. I mean, you did ALC. We came
here.
Yeah. Pride.
You know what? Yeah.
That's
I'm just happy
busy
I
now.
didn't get monkeypox this year. That's what happened last year.
Did you?
Afterglow, comfort and joy. All of July was
Wow.
stolen from me last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
it's funny.
Oh.
So I ran into who was talking about it? Eric, who we were staying with.
Yeah.
I think was he talking about monkeypox, and I didn't even realize it. So when I was like doing like news stuff about having monkeypox, they asked for photos,
And they showed you showed your butt.
and it was my butt, but I had to like obviously crop it because they weren't going to just show my asshole on the news. So it's cropped, but it was my butt getting shown on the news, which was kind of awesome.
I literally, when I saw that come out, I was like, oh my god,
And,
they
like,
national
national news.
It was national news. His ass was on national television for monkeypox.
Monkeypox. Yay.
We're not surprised.
We're not.
We're
No.
not surprised about it.
No, this July is already going better.
Yes, yes. We've had a good July so far. And it's going to be a better July because the Barbie movie is coming out.
Yes, you got your tickets?
Actually, no. I should get my tickets now. I should. As much as I'm fucking excited about this movie, I really should have gotten tickets already.
You should. Like so I'm on the Pedal Pops, and I had like floated the idea, hey Pops, like for a team event, do we want to like go see Barbie? And everyone was like, yes. And I looked at tickets, and this was like 3 weeks ago. Pretty much every theater in San Francisco was sold out or did not have enough seats. So it actually worked out that nobody really responded. So Sean and I got our own 2 seats. We're going to see it Friday.
It comes out on Friday, yeah.
It comes out on Friday. Well,
Okay.
I mean, by the time this episode comes out, it will be long.
I know. This is what I was worried about. I want to make this whole episode about Barbie.
Barbie. Okay.
Barbie.
You're obsessed. You didn't even wear blonde hair.
I didn't even wear, but I was literally, and I had like kind of like a Barbie look, but I was like, okay, it was too much. So this
Missed opportunity.
It was a missed opportunity. But
I, however, dressed like Barbie.
Obviously full
Obviously.
Barbie over here, Barbie World, Barbie Dream.
I'm ready to join Margot at the premiere.
Yes, you're replacing her now that she cannot be on the press tour.
Yes. Because I am not SAG.
So this whole episode is going to be about Barbie. We're going to chat a little bit about some of the issues about it. Everything is about Barbie. Have you watched the Architectural Digest YouTube video that I talked about last time we were here?
The one with RuPaul.
No.
Yes, I know what you're talking with you. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, Architectural
I
did the
did.
thing. Okay, what was your favorite part?
Oh my god, what was my favorite part? Oh, I kind of liked that they wanted to create. There's 2 things. I like that they wanted to keep the child's feel to it. So even when there's white, it's a white shade of pink.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was pretty neat. And then I also thought Barbie's, what is it, dressing room or however they did.
Yeah.
The director wanted to have the same vibe and feel as Clueless.
Yeah.
It was very inspired by like Cher's dressing room. So I liked that when you see Barbie's outfits, it looks like you're looking at the outfits behind the plastic with the little like ties in.
Yes.
And she just magically like puts it on.
And it's like they're all like all the things are stacked on the wall.
Yeah.
Like
What
type
was your
thing.
favorite part?
Oh my gosh. I laughed so hard when she was like, we opened the door to the refrigerator and it's just like plastic. Like, you know, like I've explained before, it's like you just put little stickers like on the like house thing or whatever. It's like they just did that. Like, it's not real at all. It's just stickers like on the thing. So I like that it was kind of like a mix between real life things and like that 2D kind of like shape.
Yeah.
And all the props looked so cool. Like Margot's like, here's my brush that I used for my hair. It's like fucking like 3 feet long.
Like the toothbrush.
Yeah, the toothbrush is like fucking huge.
I also like that like Barbie I think came out in like 1959.
Yes.
So they wanted to capture the aesthetic of like
Yes.
1959 Hollywood and musicals.
Oh yeah,
And
like the
that,
Fred
like,
Astaire thing.
The backdrop is like all painted and it's not digital.
I've already said it, and I'm like, they need to put Barbie Land in some theme park.
Yes.
Like, good God, put it already in some theme park. Like, that would be amazing. To just like walk around and see it and like live in the world or whatever.
Oh, okay. I remembered what my favorite part was.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So
Yes,
my
calm down, please.
Okay.
Calm down.
My favorite part, because when you think of Barbie, there's a lot of arguments that Barbie isn't feminist, that her body type isn't feminist, just like lots of things. But Barbie, when Barbie came out with Barbie's Dream House, it was in a time when women didn't own houses on their own.
I think
so. I thought that was a really cool like political statement.
Yeah, I think that I learned about like the background of Barbie from Trixie Mattel, like in her YouTube videos and stuff, and I think that Barbie is for real low key like really feminist, because it's like the fact that she even had a career at some point, you know what I mean? Like, it's like she had a career before women had careers, you know what I mean? Like, it was like popular, so it's like it showed girls that you can like be a woman and like have a good career and still be doing things and like whatever. So I think she's pretty feminist.
And like this weekend we even ran into somebody that like their favorite part, I think they saw like a screening of it, and just like once Barbie is outside of Barbie's world, she still operates the same, and she like goes to an older woman, and is like, "You're beautiful," and like the standard of beauty is whatever.
Yes, I love it. I'm so excited to live in Barbie world, but it looks like some countries are not excited to live in Barbie world.
That's racist.
What, the countries?
Yes.
Yeah. Totally. So as of now, Vietnam has already oh, this is our mini topic. This is our mini topic.
Yay.
Yay. So as of now, Barbie has been banned in Vietnam.
Never heard of it. No, I'm kidding.
You're like, never heard of her.
Why is it banned?
Okay, hold on. So it's banned right now in Vietnam, and when we were like researching this, it was almost going to be banned in the Philippines as well. So it's kind of this crazy thing, but it started being banned because the Barbie movie shows this kind of map, and it's a scene that includes a map that is like, it shows this 9-dash line on it. And
so far the scene has been shown because the movie's not out yet.
The movie's not out
in the trailer.
Yes,
and it's in some Barbie's room. You just see like a child's drawing of a map.
Yes, I was gonna like reserve the childlike thing until a minute, but yes, it's like a crude drawing of what somebody in Barbie world would think that the real world looks like, and specifically, there's this like U-shaped like contour that China uses on the maps to lay claim to specific parts of the South China Sea, because it is trying to like territorially take over this area. And if you know, that includes like Taiwan and Hong Kong and all those things. Those areas are like right now they're trying to step away from the Chinese government rule, and China's like clamping down on it. Like Taiwan is part of China. Hong Kong is part of China. And so this line like kind of like fits into their narrative that they own this thing.
So that part was really confusing when I was doing the research on this. When they said like this 9-dot line, was it 9-dash?
9-dash, yeah.
9-dash line, I thought they were being purely descriptive, and it was like 9 dashes.
I did too.
On the map, which it is.
Yeah.
Like you look at the map, it's like a country, and then like 9 dashes coming out of it. But then I like Googled further, and it's actually a term that China created.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's like when China produces maps, they make the 9-dash line to show territories that they're claiming their jurisdiction over. So it's not merely descriptive; it's actually like representative of China's claim on these countries.
Yes.
That we'll talk about our alleging sovereignty.
Yes. I love maps. I love map.
You love map.
I love lamp and I love map. But what's fascinating to me is if you open Google Maps in different jurisdictions, in different IPs, the world map will look different. Like, depending on where you are and where you're going from. So if you open it, well, I don't think you can open it in China. But like say you did open it in China, it would show the 9- line.
Like, it's part of the Chinese map.
Yes. And if you open it in Taiwan, it would not show it.
If you open it here in the United States, does it show it?
That's a good question. Go for it.
I mean, can we show that? Like, would it work if I lift the laptop up to show the map?
No. Don't worry.
Okay.
But so like disputed territories in Africa or Kazakhstan or whatever, it's like it'll show different geographical lines based on it. But that blew my mind, because it's like, really, we think that all these lines are like solid and whatever, but it's like every territory is like still in dispute. You know what I mean? It's like we're still fighting over land. Fucking Russia's taking over Ukraine, like all these things. So it's interesting to see that, but I think it's even cooler to think that Barbie's in the like geopolitical landscape now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the drama is coming from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Basically banning the movie based on the fact that Barbie is saying that this made-up map is disputing their border.
Yes.
And they don't want that promoted within their country because it doesn't promote the values of their country.
So I guess there was something that Vietnam had already done, so that they had made this agreement with The Hague. So like international law is like governs how countries talk to other countries, or like the rules of like what countries do to other countries. So like we have laws that are like, this is what we can trade and who we can trade with, or like whatever, or who has rights to this land or whatever, or specifically like the ocean, like who can mine things where and whatever. So The Hague is the international like place in the Netherlands where everybody gathers. But there was like this Hague Convention, and Vietnam had made this like UN deal that was like, okay, this is going to be our borders, and this is Vietnam's like claim to this stake, and they don't like the map because it shows what would be more favorable to China.
Right. So I mean, basically, to simplify it for a little bit, Vietnam went to The Hague with their version of the map,
yes,
without the 9-.
Yes.
China went with their version with the 9-, and The Hague is supposed to be the arbiter for the world.
Yes.
And The Hague said, Vietnam, your map is correct. China should not be doing this. And China's response is basically, fuck you.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
We're doing this anyways.
Yeah.
So when Vietnam sees that the Barbie movie is inadvertently siding with China, they're like, fuck you, Barbie movie.
Yeah.
We're going to ban your movie.
It's interesting because it's like on face value, you're looking at it and you're like, wow, they're just being stupid and petty and like whatever. But it's like
it's not actually. Like,
they really need to actually do things like this to assert their own country's boundaries. You know what I mean? Like
it would kind of be like the Barbie movie showing a map of, instead of Ukraine, it was just more Russia.
Yes.
And Ukraine being like, what the fuck? We're still a country here. Like, like, this isn't cool.
Yeah. That's a really good example, actually. But yeah, like, they need to, there's so much, like, especially international law and politics, it's like there's so much like stunting, you know what I mean? And like, what are they
looks stunting pretty
turning looks stunting movies, like how, like what positions people are taking. So it's good for Vietnam to like make this statement to the world that like, no, we saw that this thing is in any way like disputing our territory, and we're gonna get it.
I'm happy that it's making the statement, but ultimately, the people that are going to be suffering from this are Vietnamese Barbie fans who want to see the movie.
They're going to get a bootleg.
There's Barbie fans racist, and there's Barbie fans everywhere.
Is that racist?
I was telling you racist for everything.
That has nothing to do with race.
Hashtag canceled extra.
I have an image of the Barbie map. Do you want me to flash?
Oh, yeah.
Let's
flash an image of it.
So the discussion, they immediately went, to the studio and was like, oh, we'd like a comment on it, and they were like, it is a childlike doodle, and that's all it is. It's like the map. The quote is, the map in Barbie Land is whimsical, childlike crayon drawing. The doodles depict Barbie's make-believe journey from Barbie Land to the real world. It was not intended to make any kind of statement.
Yeah, and if you're just like listening along, like feel free to check out our YouTube companion or just to Google Barbie map seem drama. It's basically a child's drawing of the world. It doesn't even show China. It just shows Asia. And it's like nothing's really... It's very... I don't know. It is like, to use the same word, whimsical.
Yes. I think everybody's... I think the studio was right to say what they did. Okay.
So what did this? Wait, we didn't get into that. What did this?
I literally just read.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I'm like, I literally just read the quote.
Confused. What were you talking about?
I'm like, I literally just read the quote.
Okay.
But yeah. And I also thought it was interesting. I don't know if you remember just movies and geopolitics, but like, I don't know if you remember, there was like the Argo thing that happened. They had to like pretend to be like journalists in order to like go do things there. There was the like...
what you're talking about.
Okay, never mind. But do you remember the movie The Interview, like 10 years ago? And it was
a vampire?
No, just The Interview. They went into North Korea, quote unquote, and like
yes, oh my god, that movie. Okay,
there we go.
With James Franco.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
And then fucking North Korea hacked Sony Pictures to take it down.
Forgot about that.
So it's like, it's interesting when like movies get into geopolitics. That one was like crazy, I think, that they did it. This one's like, okay, cool, Vietnam. Like, you're just trying to assert your country's borders.
Okay, so Vietnam banned it, and then, well, what else? The Philippines?
Oh, and then Philippines is the second one.
Was considering banning it.
They yes.
Didn't.
So when we were researching it, they decided that they were thinking about banning it, and then as of like 2 days ago, they decided that they're going to allow it, but they're just going to blur the map.
Which I think that's the right move.
I think that's a great move.
I mean, like, why wouldn't Vietnam just go back and blur the map?
There's a choice. They can do whatever.
I mean, maybe you get more like headlines and press about it, saying you're going to ban the movie, and that's what draws attention to like your border dispute. But like, maybe eventually, like, let your people watch Barbie.
So more Barbie stuff.
Oh, I got a picture of the actual map if you guys wanted that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The difference between.
Oh.
Yeah, so that looks nothing like a child drawing.
It is a 9. It is a 9- line. It is a 9- line.
Yeah, it's that part. I don't know.
It is literally a 9- line.
That shit.
Anyway, but Barbie is in the news for a lot of reasons, but one of the things I found about Barbie and litigation is the recent trademark opposition to Burberry. So as our main topic, I wanted to talk about like all the history of like Barbie litigation and what they've gone after, and starting with the jumping off point of this Burberry trademark registration.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to go for it?
Yeah, so Burberry has filed for a word mark.
Yes.
In the letters B-R-B-Y.
Just those 4 letters.
B-R-B-Y.
That's it.
And Barbie is saying, fuck off, Burberry. We have a trademark in Barbie, and your mark is too similar to ours, and people are going to think that you're collabing with us or that you're creating Barbie products, and we have no affiliation with you, and we don't want the consumer to be confused that your new trademark is representing our brand.
Totally. We've talked about trademarks a few times before, but there could be trademark for anything. You can also put like a trademark on anything. We've talked about colors being trademarks, like
Colors,
Tiffany blue.
Words. I think it all boils down to what distinguishes a trademark from a copyright is that a trademark distinguishes a source.
Identifies a source.
Identifies a source where a product or good comes from. And a copyright is just you created art. And they could overlap. A logo could be copyrighted.
Yes.
And trademarked. But in this case, we're just talking about trademark and identifying where goods or services come from.
Yes. So their argument. So like Burberry filed this trademark application with the U.S. Trademark Office. It's boring bureaucratic shit about filing trademarks and blah, blah, blah,
blah. It sucks.
But what happens is when you apply, if they grant your application, you get put on this official gazette that goes out to everybody. So it's like you can subscribe to it or whatever, and you can see who is applying for what marks in what classes, right? And their trademark attorneys, like their jobs are to review this gazette for their clients all the time and see like, oh, okay, this is close to us. This might be infringing on our space, blah, blah, blah. And there's all kinds of ways to do that. But this one came to the attention of Barbie because it's BRBY. Barbie is arguing that there's a likelihood of confusion to their mark in Barbie because the appearance and sound and impression of it is very similar.
Which I'll give you the sound, but the appearance is not. Barbie,
I agree.
Barbie is IE. Burberry is going BRBY. So looking at it, I would not. I would not think Barbie. Like the IE would need to be there. But when you say it out loud, like Barbie, like
exactly. So their specific arguments are it's visually similar, which you don't think it is.
I don't think it's visually similar.
But it says when spoken aloud, they're phonetically identical.
That I will give them,
yes.
100%.
And I agree because like because there's no vowels, you don't know how to pronounce the things. I guess Y is a vowel, but like whatever. But it's like all you see is BRBY. You go Burby.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's Barbie. You know?
Yeah.
Or Burberry.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Burberry. And Burberry's like kind of defense is that we're not copying Barbie. We're not capitalizing on the Barbie craze right now, even though the timing's hella sus.
Yes, timing's hella suspect.
But they're like, this is like a new trend in the fashion industry to trademark these like shortened, abbreviated versions of the word. Which to me, if that was genuine, it would be BRBY. BRBRY. Burberry.
BRBRY.
Like, why are you leaving out the second R? Like, you need that.
Ooh. Yeah, then it'd be like Burberry.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that B-U... How do you spell it? B-U-R-B-E-R-R-Y?
I'm sure.
Is that how you spell Burberry? Oh, yes. I have it written down. And I'm like trying to be like, Burberry, could you use it in a sentence, please? But yeah, so like when the trademark office do it, they post that Gazette, and then if you have some kind of opposition to it, you file like a formal opposition, and then it kind of gets put on hold while the examining attorneys are like going through it. So we'll see if they agree or not, but those were some of their arguments. But this is not the first time that Mattel has been involved in litigation.
It turns out like Mattel is one of the most litigious, or maybe not themselves, but they've hired the most litigious firm to kind of like be their pit bull when it comes to enforcing their copyrights and trademarks.
It's interesting because it's like it really is. I mean, the trademark really is, the value in it is just in how much you enforce it, really. You know what I mean? And especially for a large brand like this, I think it is very important to like really establish your zone, you know? And I was thinking, especially during this time, bitch, like there are Barbie parties all over the place this week. Like everybody's doing it. And yes, it's in good fun, but we want to make sure that the ones that are official. And these ones are just fun, and you know what I mean? Or like merchandise is going to come out. There's going to be fuck tons of counterfeit Barbie shit happening. Like it's worth the enforcement during this time.
So like kind of like putting this in the drag thing, like I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of Barbie inspired drag shows. If Barbie wanted to, could she start suing drag queens?
She would have sued Trixie Mattel if she did. Because she literally has Trixie Mattel in her name. Fun fact, I don't know this for certain, but I have heard that they have talked, like that they've made peace with each other, and it's like, okay, cool. She was invited to the Barbie premiere, so like, I think they're good. Like, I think they're good.
But if they wanted to, like at the Edge for the Monster Show, if they did a Barbie night, could Barbie like Mattel step in and be like, absolutely not?
Yeah, I mean, like really, it's not worth the time and effort to do like all that kind of detailed enforcement, but it is an infringement, especially if you're using the Barbie logo and like the name Barbie for a Barbie party, like.
And I think it's important to point out that if you don't continually enforce your trademark, it's not a good look, and you actually like
you lose rights. Yeah,
you lose rights. Can you tell us about some of the rights we lose? I don't remember them off the top of my head.
I mean, they're not. They're just the mark only lasts if you're using it. Pretty much. Like if for some reason Budweiser went out of business and you're like 20 years later like, oh yeah, we still have the mark in it, and it's like, no bitch, you haven't been using it, you know? So like one of the main elements that you're always trying to show in like this application process is use of the mark in commerce. So you can't just like sit on it, you have to be using it, and it's good to be, you know, enforceable about it so that like nobody's infringing
Right,
on
but
your space.
but there is this line of like letting people like use your brand. Like it creates a buzz when people are doing the Barbie
Yeah.
show. So it's kind of a give and
balance.
take of enforcing your IP and then kind of letting it leak out a little bit. And
It's a
all that's
balance.
where it's used. Do you think like they've actually come up with like a consent agreement with Trixie or like a co-branding agreement of like, or do you think it was just like
I think they're just like, we'll leave you alone.
Okay.
Like we've come to terms. I've heard that JanSport has done the same thing with JanSport.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like they're like, okay, cool, like whatever, you're a drag queen.
But if they wanted to, like,
They absolutely could.
but it would probably be a bad look.
Exactly.
For Mattel going
So like
after-
this is
yeah.
like the like give and take for it. There's like this infamous trademark cease and desist letter that's like found a really good balance for like not using our mark
Yeah.
and not being a dick or whatever. But like, hey, thank you so much for like thinking of us and paying homage to us or whatever. So there's soft skills that go along with that.
I'm gonna go off on a tangent for a minute.
Okay.
One of my favorite like little pieces of trademark trivia is a trademark dispute between Kylie Minogue and Kylie Jenner.
Oh, no.
Where basically
Kylie?
For Kylie Minogue basically calls Kylie Jenner like a second-rate TV star in her in her opposition to use the mark.
Shade.
Yeah, it's shade. It's amazing. Though.
And we could go look that up. Like
should, we should.
every filing for every trademark is on the trademark website. Like it's all public. You can go find every filing.
Yeah.
Like really quick.
So this isn't the first time.
No.
It was litigated.
No. So like in 1997, Mattel sued MCA Records over the Aqua song, the very famous.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Yes, the one that
Yeah, I'm a
everybody
Barbie
knows,
girl.
which we heard wasn't going to be in the movie, but it is.
It is, but it isn't. They came out because I remember like when the first articles were coming out, and they're like, "There is going to be a Barbie movie, but you're not going to have Aqua on the soundtrack." And you don't have the actual song. You have like this like weird remix or
I think
like,
they did it.
sampled song with
Yes,
Nicki Minaj,
and they're doing it in the right way, which
Yeah.
is like, okay, we're referencing this song and we're crediting the artist. It says with Aqua in it. It's I think it's Nicki Minaj like song,
Yeah.
and it's throughout the whole thing. Like
Yep.
it's there. I think we can safely say
They
it
did
is
it
in the
the
soundtrack.
right way. And if you're
Yes.
listening, Beyonce, you can learn from that.
Ooh.
We love you,
But yeah, they sued the. So I guess that this is an amazing article that I read. Was like about it chronicles like Mattel's trademark and copyright enforcement over the years.
It's not successful.
Okay, it's not.
That's the best part.
That's the best part. But I think the thing that's not successful about all their claims is that they've been going mostly towards copyright claims.
Yeah.
Like this Barbie girl soundtrack. It's like, okay, no. It's parody. Like this is not.
So wait, so that's what the court said. So they sued saying that Aqua was infringing the Barbie copyright, and the court was like, "Fuck off, Mattel.
Yeah.
This is clearly parody."
Yes.
And the song was continued.
Yes.
Able to continue on.
It said the I'm a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world. Is it fantasy?
That
Yeah.
sounds like Jimbo to me.
Oh my god.
Right, doesn't
Jimbo, a blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world, daddy.
Hey, Dexter, you hungry?
you hungry, mama?
That maybe was a little lower than we thought. Oh well.
The what?
Edit that.
So, but the judge said it was parody and protected by First Amendment. So it's like, okay, they lost on that one.
Okay.
And then they
like a bag of chips case or something like that.
that one's recent.
That's
so
recent.
like,
Okay.
So let's chronological, I
we'll put a
guess.
pin
So
in that.
there's
We'll
there's
put
a
a pin in
couple
that.
other ones that were like, somebody made an art piece that was like Barbies and Dungeons.
Yeah, there were two different ones. One was like Barbies and blenders and like Barbie's heads ripped off, and then there was like a separate BDSM series.
Yes.
Of like Barbie's getting freaky
Yes.
and Ken's getting freaky.
Which is like, this is why even waste the money? Like, it's obviously, art.
Well, again, yes, it's you need to enforce, so you need to do something, or you're gonna lose your rights. But also, at the end of the day, it's press. If
Yeah.
you're Mattel, you have the money. People are gonna talk about it. Like,
And it is a bit stunting, like the countries are doing, right? Like it's like, hey, this is our claim. This like we're being real serious about the
Yeah.
Barbie mark or like whatever. So it is a little bit of stunting, but I think the most unsuccessful one was in 2013, after like 9 years of litigation for copyright and trade secret, they fought Bratz.
Sugar and Spice.
They
Sued Sugar and Spice personally.
Imagine if they had won. Sugar and Spice would not be here today.
They would not.
What would we do? Continue living our lives normally. Like, but they sued Bratz because they were like, okay, this is an obvious like takeover of our space of, you know, dolls with big heads and like features or whatever.
Yeah.
Which again to me is like, girl, they're
like
obviously different. Yeah, it's like
dolls.
obviously they're different. Yeah. And like they're even different genres. Like Barbie's like a professional woman, and they're like some teens. They're teen brats. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like Euphoria if Euphoria was a doll.
Yes.
Yes.
And trotted onto
the
stage.
Oh my God! Another side note. I'm just full of side notes today. Due to this writer strike and actor strike,
the fact
we're not getting new Euphoria until 2026.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you know how old they're gonna fucking be? It's gonna be like Grease, where we have 50-year-old fucking Zendaya in there pretending she's a 17-year-old.
Wow, that is so true. They're gonna have to like fast forward the timeline or something. Like they're like, oh yeah, we graduated, I guess. And
they're gonna be like, actually, Zendaya overdosed. She's not on the show anymore. And
even though she's an executive producer, she's not there anymore.
All right, but back to Barbie.
But they sued for like, you know, exact copyright infringement. They lost handily. Yes. And they were so like what happens in litigation sometimes is they will agree. Well, sometimes it's written in statute, but sometimes you can like do it in contract or anything that if you lose at litigation, you have to pay for the other person's cost of litigation.
And it was expensive.
It was $138 million.
So not only did Mattel lose and have to pay their own attorney's fees.
They were paying $100 million themselves.
Yes, but then they had to go and pay the attorney's fees for Bratz.
Yes.
Which makes it even more delicious.
Oh, God. So it's
I kind of want to work for Mattel now.
It's messy.
But like Trixie Mattel.
So, I mean, they have not been very successful, but I think these newer ones have grounds to be more successful because they focus on the goods and services that is the Barbie brand. Yes. So like this one just happened last week. I guess there's this chip company.
I've seen these chips. And
really?
I've always wondered, so these chips, it's like wrap chips or something like that.
Wrap snacks.
Wrap snacks, and they have pictures of rappers on them.
Okay.
And I always wondered if, because it seems like a brand new company. Who knows? Like
I literally did not even know they existed.
Maybe in a different region, they're everywhere.
People who eat wrap snacks.
But like I would always see them, and I'm pretty sure they have pictures of rappers on them, and I was like,
did they get the likeness?
I was like, does this company like, did they pay Nicki Minaj for this? Oh, here we go. Look.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
It has like, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Look up rap snacks on YouTube, on the internet.
Google that shit, girl.
Google that shit. So they have this new flavor called Barbecue Honey Truffle.
Yes.
Which is, I think, a Nicki Minaj thing. But they sent an enforcement letter against them and filed in Los Angeles federal court, like saying that those products violate their trademark. I think that's reasonable because especially in a time like this where they're doing very big press for this one particular brand, we would expect these collaborations to happen.
Ooh, okay, I'm looking at it right now.
It doesn't have Barbie anywhere.
It doesn't. It has bar-b-qn. Barbecuing with my honey truffle.
Ooh.
It says, is that Nicki Minaj? Doesn't look like her. It says Nicki Minaj, but I mean the thing is, like, Nicki Minaj is the Barbs.
She like, does call herself Barbie and like blah blah blah.
A reference to her, and there's like discussion that part of the defense that the potato chip company could be is that we're marketing to people who are familiar with the rap community, and they're not going to be confused that it's Barbie. They're going to know that this is a Barb's reference. And at the end of the day, like we said, all trademark cases are determined by confusion.
Yeah,
of where the goods are coming from.
The main issue that they're always looking at is if there is a likelihood of confusion to the consumer.
But I have like a little full circle moment. We were talking about Aqua and how Aqua was used with Barbie on the soundtrack. Nicki Minaj is affiliated now with Barbie. Like, she's on the soundtrack.
Yes, now she's really-
going to the premiere. She's doing press for Barbie.
That's multiple confusions.
So even if you were familiar with the rap community and you automatically associated this with Nicki Minaj, to me, I would think, oh, Nicki Minaj has a song with Barbie. This is clearly another promotional tool for the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I could agree. I could see that. I think, but in general, the thing is like, okay, I'm fully expecting fucking Betty Crocker or whatever it is to have a Barbie themed like cake mix. You know, there was a fucking Dolly Parton themed cake mix that you did.
That was a license of Dolly Parton.
Yeah, but this is all Betty Crocker's gonna license it from Barbie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Barbie frosting and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything's gonna be fucking Barbie if it isn't already.
Everything.
So
Get
it's
ready
like,
for Barbie takeover.
But they need to license it. That's the thing. So it's like if it is unlicensed, that's where the problem lies.
Okay. So I guess in the same way that it's alleged that Mattel has an agreement with Trixie, do you think Mattel has some sort of agreement with Nicki Minaj?
Probably.
Like, do you think, like, because Nicki's been calling herself the Barbs. She has a song called, like, Barbie Dreaming, or I don't know. Barbie
She's
something.
very well known as like calling herself Barbie.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would make sense that Mattel and Nicki Minaj already have some sort of either written out arrangement or verbal agreement
Yeah.
to not fuck with each other.
It depends. I mean, these are all like up to attorneys like us who are like working in-house or whatever. It's like the attorneys at Mattel are the ones who are going to decide, oh, should this be formalized into an agreement, or can we just have a verbal agreement, or like whatever,
Right?
Or just can we just leave it and let it be and just like kind of not mention it and like, you know.
So to me, it begs the question: if this is Nicki Minaj sanctioned potato chip, is she able to say, "I'm the Barbs"? You could call it barbecuing, and you could just license with me, or do you think they need to have a dual license with Nicki Minaj and Mattel?
I think just Nicki Minaj.
Just Nicki. I think so too.
I think just Nicki Minaj. What colors are on the barbecuing?
The barbecuing there's a lot of pink.
Okay.
It looks like there's.
I was gonna ask if there's pink.
It's like there's definitely pink.
Okay.
There's purple. There's orange. The person. It looks like there's someone who's supposed to be Nicki Minaj. Or, I can't tell.
She's a third-rate Nicki Minaj impersonator.
It looks like an impersonator to me. They're wearing sunglasses, but they have pink hair. They have a pink shirt, and it says Nicki. It says Nicki Minaj all over it, which again to me,
is Barbie is Nicki. Yeah,
is Barbie's Nicki. But again, I would throw in like now that like she's on the soundtrack, there's that association too.
I think that honestly, because Mattel is so big and because they have so much resources, I'm sure there have been many meetings about. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sure, because a lot of the times, I mean, I work for a company. It's like a lot of the times, it's like, girl, you didn't ask about this. You
didn't know about this.
Why did you not tell us about this?
Why did you sign this?
Why did you sign this contract? Like, what?
Why did you click yes on the terms on the website without consulting legal? But yes,
so,
anyways.
Hopefully, I will say, they had meetings about like how they're gonna, if this brings in this person, what is the brand gonna look like, and like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Anything that you are particularly excited about for the Barbie movie coming out? Okay, mine's Ryan Gosling and Simu Liu.
Okay. I know from seeing the trailer that there was a lot of the kind of gay sex jokes. I know that a lot of queer boys and queer people, just like not throw gender in there, like identify with Barbie and like grew up with dolls as a kid, and that's a lot of our culture. So I'm hoping that Barbie treats queerness in a very positive way and highlights that. Actually, okay. Did you see what's her name from SNL? Oh,
she's on the movie.
What's it, Kristen Wiig?
No, Kristen Stewart.
No, oh my God,
she's something. She's a comedian and she's on SNL.
Yeah, she was like the main SNL girl.
Yes, and she's on the movie. We'll get him. About her.
Oh, so she's in the movie. She's an out queer person, and she went to the premiere, and she had someone design an outfit for her that basically says like gay Barbie, and it's like kind of the first embodiment of the explicit gay Barbie.
We're gonna get a lesbian Barbie with a short haircut.
Yeah, Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, yeah.
That's who it is. Showed up as gay Barbie, and I think that kind of representation.
That would be interesting to see the brand expand into maybe she has like a motorcycle jacket. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would love that. That would be my type of Barbie. I want the motorcycle jacket Barbie.
Like meet Barbie's fag friend Ken. Glory hole Ken.
Yes. I think it's really gonna be good. I haven't seen anything, or I've seen trailers, I've read, articles, it's gotten good reviews and stuff like that. So check back with us in a few weeks in our recaps about it. I'm sure I'm either gonna be excited or I'm gonna be devastated. So
I've already made the decision that I'm in love with it.
Okay.
Yes.
What if it's like shit and you're gonna be like, I'm in love with it, I'm still standing?
Stand by that decision.
Okay, that's great.
I mean, I've been your friend for years.
Wow.
And with that said, thank you for another episode of Reading is Fundamental.
Where we come to be roasted by each other. Yes, follow us on Instagram, leave us some comments, give us a wonderful rating, and we will see you next time for another episode of Reading is Fundamental. Bye.
Bye.
Because reading is what?
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Reading is Fundamental.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you the show for free. As a reminder, Reading is Fundamental is brought to you by Fleshbot.com, the leading resource for gay erotica.
DM us with your comments, questions, and let us know what you want to hear.
Or you can email us at readingisfundamentalpodcast@gmail.com.
Until next time,
remember to read your damn contracts. Why?
Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
Fundamental.
Fundamental.